My name is David, and I'm running for my life. I don't know how many hours I've been fleeing. I don't know how much blood I've lost. I only know that if I stop, I die. I hear the hunting horns behind me. 3 long blasts. That means they've found my trail. I hear the riders shouting the price on my head. 500 gold coins. I hear the word that's been chasing me since this nightmare began. Traitor. I look at my right hand as I run. Where there used to be a ring with the royal seal, there's only torn flesh now. My own brother ripped it from my finger before throwing me to the dogs. That ring was my birthright to the throne. It was my identity. It was everything that proved to the world I was the rightful king. Now I have nothing. Branches whip my face. Blood from my ribs soaks through my shirt. Every breath is a knife stabbing into my lungs. But I can't stop, because behind me, it's not just hunters coming. My younger brother is coming with his entire army. The same brother I protected when we were children. The same brother I gave lands and titles to when I inherited the throne. The same brother who 3 days ago walked into my palace with drawn swords and took everything from me. And then I see it, the forbidden forest. The border no human should cross. The trees are black like charred bones. Fog crawls between the trunks as if it's alive. For as long as I can remember, the priests have warned us. What goes in there doesn't come back out. Perfect, because I've got nothing left to lose. But my pursuers don't stop at the border. I hear axes striking wood. I look back and see the unthinkable. They're cutting down the sacred trees. They're carving a path through the forbidden forest just to catch me. I see soldiers pouring black oil into a crystal clear stream. I see others dragging aquatic creatures in nets, beings with iridescent scales that scream with almost human voices. They're not just hunting me, they're invading something ancient. And then I see it, through the fog, a pond that shouldn't exist. The water glows with an impossible blue, as if it has its own light. The surface is perfectly still, without a single ripple. My feet stop at the edge. I look back. The riders are 30 meters away. Their arrows are already knocked. I don't have time to think. I jump. The water swallows me. The cold paralyzes my lungs. And just when I think I'm going to drown, the fog closes over my head like an iron door. The sound of the world disappears. The hunting horns fade. And when I open my eyes beneath the water, I'm not in my world anymore. I emerge in a place that shouldn't exist. The air is different here. It smells like ancient moss, flowers I've never seen, something wild that has no name. The sky isn't blue. It's purple, crossed by 3 moons that shine like watching eyes. I'm in another realm. I swim to shore and drag myself onto stones covered in glowing symbols. My body trembles. My wounds bleed. But I don't have time to recover, because I hear something that freezes my blood. A roar. It's not a common animal. It's a sound that vibrates in my bones, telling me I'm in the territory of something bigger than me. I get up staggering and walk toward the trees. And then I see her, a waterfall of silver water cascading over crystal rocks. And beneath the waterfall, bathing, there's a creature that makes my mind stop. She has the torso of a woman, but her head is that of a golden lioness. Her mane shines like threads of sunlight. Her eyes are molten amber, and when she sees me, those eyes fill with fury. I've interrupted the Lion Queen during her private bath. I don't have time to explain. She roars an order, and beast warriors spring from between the trees. I see wolves that walk on 2 legs. I see eagles with human arms and steel talons. I see serpents with human faces that hiss as they advance. I run. It's the only thing I know how to do. But then I hear it, a small cry, a whimper of pain that doesn't sound like a beast, but like a child. I stop. Among the debris of a fallen tree, there's a small creature trapped. She has a fishtail and turquoise scales. It's a mermaid girl, no older than 5 in human terms. A thick branch is crushing her fin, and she's crying tears that shine like pearls. I look back. The beast warriors are seconds from reaching me. I don't think. My body moves on its own. I throw myself toward the girl, lift the branch with strength I didn't have, and free her. She looks at me with enormous eyes full of confusion. And then I feel the impact. A wolf warrior arrives first. His claw strikes my back as I shield the girl with my body. I feel his talons tear flesh from my back. but I don't move. I don't let her go. The second blow never comes. I hear a voice that resonates like thunder, and all the warriors stop dead. The Lion Queen stands before me, already dressed in armor of gold and bone. She looks at me with eyes I can't decipher. She sees the mermaid girl in my arms. She sees my wounds. She sees that I chose to protect a creature of her realm instead of fleeing. Her verdict changes. They take me to her palace, not as a prisoner, but as someone to be interrogated. They sit me in a hall of white stone with symbols that pulse with their own light. The Lion Queen sits on a throne of living roots and studies me like I'm an interesting insect. I tell her everything. My brother's coup, my captured family, the betrayal that ripped the throne from me. When I finish, she's silent for a long moment. "We don't interfere in human thrones," she says finally. Her voice is cold as stone. But then her eyes darken, because my pursuers didn't stay at the border. They're cutting down sacred trees. They're poisoning the waters. They're dragging her people away in nets. "But your people are invading my forest," she adds, and for the first time I see something like fury in her face, and that I cannot ignore. She looks me directly in the eyes. "There's a solution, a way for you to return to your world with the power to face your brother." Something in my chest jumps with hope. "But you're not going to like it." The Lion Queen takes me to a clearing in the deepest part of the forest. There are no guards here, no servants, just the two of us and an altar of black stone covered in glowing moss. She explains the ritual. I must drink her pure blood, the blood of a beast queen, uncontaminated by anything human. And when I do, my body will change. I'll become one of them, a beast man, but the price is permanent. I'll never be human again. I'll lose my identity as king. No human throne can be occupied by a beast. I'll lose my place as a normal husband and father. I'll be able to love my family, but I'll never be able to live with them like before. I'll be a monster in the eyes of my own world, forever. I think about my wife, about her eyes when they dragged me out of the palace. I think about my children crying as my brother's guards separated them from me. I think about the cold dungeons where they probably are now, waiting for a salvation that isn't coming. What does my humanity matter if I can't protect those I love? I accept. The Lion Queen cuts her palm with a claw. Her blood is golden, like molten metal. She fills a chalice of bone and hands it to me. The smell is overwhelming, wild, ancient, powerful. I drink. The pain comes immediately. It's not normal pain. It's like they're tearing the bones from my body one by one and replacing them with something harder. I scream. My back arches. I feel my skin tearing apart and rebuilding. Everything goes black. When I wake up, the world is different. I can see in the darkness as if it were noon. I can smell the fear of a deer 3 kilometers away. I can hear the beating of insects buried beneath the earth. I look at my hands, claws, golden fur covering my forearms, muscle where there used to be weakness. I'm no longer David the King. I'm something new, something dangerous. But inside me, something struggles. I can feel it, the beast instinct roaring against human memories. The beast wants to hunt, kill, dominate. The man wants to embrace his wife, see his children smile, sit in peace by the fire. I don't know how long I can maintain the balance. And then I hear the horns, coming from the north, from the forest border. The hunters have arrived. The Lion Queen doesn't come with me. She looks at me from her throne and pronounces a single order. Stop the invasion. Protect my forest. Prove to me that my blood wasn't wasted. I run toward the border. My new legs devour the distance. The trees pass like green smears beside me. In less than a minute, I reach the edge of the sacred forest, and what I see fills me with fury. My brother's hunters have established a camp. They've cut down dozens of sacred trees and are using them as firewood. They've poured barrels of black oil into the main stream, contaminating the water until it's opaque. And in iron cages, I see creatures of the forest. Mermaids, small water spirits, bark creatures that cry with voices of wind. I count 150 soldiers, all armed, all trained. Before the transformation, they would have destroyed me. Now, they're prey. I launch myself from the trees. The first soldier doesn't even see me. My claws pierce his armor like it's paper. The second tries to scream, but my hand covers his mouth before he makes a sound. The third raises his sword, but I'm faster than anything he's been trained to face. The battle, if you can call it that, lasts 3 minutes. When I'm done, the camp is silent. I open the cages. The forest creatures flee toward the safety of the trees. I destroy the oil barrels with my claws and burn their reserves with fire from their own campfire. Finally, I mark the border. I drag my claws across the trunks of the trees at the forest's edge, leaving deep scars that any human can see. A clear message. This is as far as they go. One more step, and they die. Afterward, I look at my hands. They're covered in human blood. The blood of men I knew. Some were guards at my palace. Some served under my command. And I killed them without hesitation, without feeling anything. The beast inside me purrs with satisfaction. The man that remains feels nauseated. I'd won the battle, but the war for my soul had barely begun. I return to the Lion Queen covered in blood and dust. She doesn't seem impressed. She only nods slowly, as if she expected exactly this result. You've delivered. Now let's talk about your payment. I think she'll let me go, that my service is over, but her smile tells me I'm wrong. She lays out her terms. I can return to the human world. I can rescue my family. I can destroy my brother. But in exchange, I'll be the permanent guardian of the forest border. When the invaders return, and they will return, I must answer her call. I must protect the forest with my new life. And I must find and destroy the source of the invasion, whatever it is. I have no negotiating power. I accept. Then she pulls something from her robes. A cloak woven with solidified shadows. It's black as the darkest night, but when I move it, it seems to absorb the light around it. The Night Cloak, she says. An artifact from ancient times. She explains its powers. In darkness, the cloak distorts human perception. People will see me as a hooded figure, a mysterious stranger, not as a beast. I'll be able to walk among humans without being discovered, but it has limits. Strong light, nearby torches, the midday sun destabilizes the effect. Intense combat causes beast flashes, where my true form is revealed for fractions of a second. And spiritually trained watchers, like priests or mages, can see through the disguise with enough concentration. It's not perfect, but it's enough. I put on the cloak. I look at my reflection in a nearby pond. Instead of the beast, I see a hooded man with a face in shadows. I could be anyone. I could be no one. I could be a ghost from the past, returning to reclaim what's his. That night, the walls of my city appeared on the horizon, and inside them, my family waited in the dungeons. I enter the city at nightfall. The cloak works perfectly. The guards look at me and see only a tired, hooded traveler. The merchants closing their shops pay me no attention. The children running through the streets ignore me completely. I'm invisible in plain sight, but my beast nose won't let me rest. I can smell my wife. Her unique scent, lavender and winter honey, is carved into my memory deeper than any word. I follow the trail through dark alleys, past noisy taverns, until I reach a gray stone building in the city center. The royal prison, the dungeons where my father used to lock up traitors. Now, they imprison my family. I wait until the darkest hour of night. When the moon hides behind the clouds, I move. There are 4 guards at the main entrance. I don't kill them. I can't risk them discovering bodies before I escape with my family. Instead, I use my speed. I strike precise points on their necks. They fall unconscious before they know what hit them. I open the iron door with my claws. The metal groans but yields. I descend the stairs to the deepest cells. And there, in the last cell of the darkest corridor, I see them. My wife Elena huddled against the stone wall. My eldest son Marco, 12 years old, trying to look brave while shivering from cold. My little Sophia, 6 years old, asleep in her mother's lap with her thumb in her mouth. They're thin, dirty, broken, but they're alive. Tears fall from my eyes before I can stop them. I cry silently, my heart shattered by guilt. This is my fault. I trusted my brother. I was weak, and they paid the price. I approach the cell. My claws shred the lock with a single blow, and the cloak flickers. For a second, just a second, my true form is revealed. Elena screams. Marco backs away, covering himself and his sister. Sophia wakes up, crying. They see the monster. They see claws and fangs and eyes that glow in the darkness. I stop. The pain in my chest is worse than any physical wound. My own family is afraid of me. They suffered because of me, I say. My voice sounds different now, deeper, rougher, but the words are the same. All of this is my fault, and I'm sorry. Elena blinks. She stares at me, and then I see the moment she recognizes me. Not by my appearance, but by something deeper. By the way I tilt my head, by how I say her name, by that little gesture I make with my hands when I'm nervous. She stands up slowly, walks toward me, and hugs me. Her body trembles against mine. I feel her tears soaking my fur. But she doesn't let go, doesn't pull back. She accepts what I've become because she knows who I am inside. Marco watches us confused. Sophia keeps crying, but they're safe. I get them out of the prison that night and hide them in an abandoned house outside the walls. I leave them food, water, and a promise. My family was safe. Now, it was my brother's turn. The next morning, the city explodes into chaos. My brother discovers the dungeons are empty. He declares a citywide manhunt. He offers 1,000 gold coins for any information about the hooded monster who freed the prisoners. But I don't flee. I counterattack. I spread rumors through beggars and thieves who owe me favors. Rumors that someone knows where the former king is hiding, that an informant is willing to talk for the right price. My brother takes the bait. He summons this mysterious informant to the great hall of the palace. He wants the information in public, in front of the entire court, to prove he has absolute control of the situation. Perfect. At dusk, when the shadows are longest, I walk toward the royal palace. The guards stop me at the entrance, but they see nothing more than a hooded informant. They let me pass. The great hall is packed. Nobles, generals, wealthy merchants, priests, all the powerful people in the city are present. And on the throne that used to be mine sits my younger brother, Ricardo, the bastard who took everything from me. He looks down at me with a superior smile. He thinks he has control. He thinks this hooded informant is just another pawn in his game. Speak, he orders. Where is my brother hiding? I don't answer his question. Instead, I speak. I speak loud and clear, so the entire hall can hear. I speak of the coup, of how Ricardo poisoned my generals' minds with empty promises, of how he paid foreign mercenaries to attack the palace at night, of how he tore the royal ring from me while his men held my arms. I speak of my family, of how he dragged my wife by her hair in front of the entire court, of how he locked my children in the coldest dungeons in the kingdom without food or water, of how he planned to sell them as slaves to southern merchants once I was dead. The nobles murmur. The generals exchange uncomfortable glances. I can smell their doubt. My beast nose detects the nervous sweat, the racing hearts, loyalty fracturing like ice in spring. Ricardo rises from the throne, red with fury. Guards, arrest this imposter. But the guards hesitate. The ministers look at each other. No one moves, because everyone knows I'm telling the truth. I walk toward the throne. Each step echoes in the silence of the hall. Ricardo backs away, his mask of arrogance crumbling to reveal the fear beneath. "Who are you?" he screams. "Show your face!" I stop in front of him. I look him directly in the eyes, those eyes that share my blood but not my honor. And I drop the cloak. The hall explodes in screams of terror. The nobles run toward the exits. The guards draw swords but don't attack. Everyone sees what I've become, the beast, the monster, the predator with amber eyes. Ricardo falls backward, stumbling on the throne steps. His face is pale as death. No, it can't be. I don't give him time for more words. My claws find his throat. I lift him in the air as if he weighs nothing. "You took everything from me," I say. "My throne, my honor, my family, my humanity." I squeeze. I feel his bones crack under my grip. Now I take the only thing you have left. The usurper dies looking into my eyes, and I feel no remorse, no sadness. I only feel that finally, after so much suffering, there's justice. But I hadn't come to reclaim a crown. The hall falls silent. Ricardo's body lies on the throne steps, and no one dares to move. Everyone looks at me, waiting for my next order. Waiting for me to seize power, to sit on the throne, to become the new tyrant. But that's not going to happen. I turn toward the door and signal. Elena enters the hall, holding Marco and Sophia by the hand. The nobles murmur, confused. The guards lower their weapons. I walk toward my eldest son. Marco looks at me with eyes that mix fear and wonder. He's 12 years old, the same age I was when my father began teaching me the responsibilities of the throne. I can't be king anymore, I tell him. My voice is firm but gentle. I'm not human anymore. No throne can be occupied by a beast. I pull something from my belt. The royal seal I recovered from Ricardo's body, the same seal they ripped from me when this nightmare began. But you can. I hand him the seal. Marco takes it with trembling hands, looking at me as if expecting it to be a joke. You'll be a good king, I tell him. Better than me. Because you've seen what happens when power falls into the wrong hands. You'll never forget it. I turn to Elena. Her eyes are full of tears, but her expression is strong. She was always stronger than me. Take care of him, guide him, be his advisor until he's ready to rule alone. Elena nods. She understands. I'm not asking permission, because we both know this isn't a choice. It's the price of the blood I drank. It's the cost of saving them. I hug her one last time. I smell her hair lavender and winter honey, the scent that kept me sane in the darkest days. I memorize the feeling of her body against mine, because I know I won't have her again. Will you come back? She asks in a whisper. I can't stay, I answer, but I'll be watching, always. Dawn approaches. I have to leave before sunlight weakens my cloak. I pull up the hood, look at my family one last time, and walk toward the exit. I leave the city through the north gate. The guards let me pass. Without questions, everyone knows who I am, and no one wants to get in my way. The walls of my former life fall behind as the forest rises before me. But the peace won't last. I sense it before I see it. A strange smell in the water of the first stream I cross. I look down and see a film of black oil floating on the surface, the same oil the hunters use to contaminate the sacred forest border. I raise my head. On the horizon, beyond the tree line, I see columns of gray smoke rising toward the sky. But it's not wood smoke. It has a metallic, chemical smell, something that shouldn't exist in this world. The invasion didn't end with my brother. Ricardo was just a piece on a larger board. Someone was using him, someone with resources that go beyond any human kingdom. Someone who wants the sacred forest and everything beneath it. The Lion Queen warned me this would happen. She told me I should cut off the source of the invasion. I thought the source was my brother. I was wrong. I put on the Night Cloak and look toward the darkness of the forest. The beast inside me roars with anticipation. The man that remains feels a chill of fear, because I discovered something that night. Something Ricardo never knew or never wanted to tell me. My brother wasn't the enemy. He was just a pawn. And the true master of the board hadn't shown his face yet. The king is dead, the guardian is born, and the war has only just begun.